In this lesson, I'm going to show you how to install a database in your computer, and we're going to use this database to practice dashboard creation in Power BI and Power Query. First, we are going to start installing SQL Server, which is Microsoft's database management system. Then we are going to install the SQL Server Management Studio, which is the integrated environment for controlling the database management system. And also we are going to download and install a practice database provided by Microsoft. It's the Contoso Retail database, and we are going to do it all in this video. First off, I need you to have installed in your computer a software such as WinRAR or WinZip or 7-Zip or some software like this, because we will work with a compressed file and we need to extract the compressed files. And these softwares, WinRAR, WinZip, or 7-Zip, these will help you run this extraction, okay? And if you don't have one, you can search for WinRAR download or WinZip download, and download it in your computer and install it. We're going to need it, okay? But for now, let's start by installing SQL Server. So I'm going to search for SQL Server or SQL Server download. This first option listed will take me to one of Microsoft's official web pages. This is the specific page for Microsoft SQL Server downloads, and we are going to download this version, SQL Server 2022 Developer. The Express one, this is simple, this is more simple, and the other ones are more complex. So let's use this one, is perfect for us, the SQL Server 2022 Developer Edition. And I will click download now. And now the installer will be downloaded. I'm gonna run the installer. And the installation type I will pick is this one, custom. So let's use this one. I'm gonna click custom, and yes, it's gonna ask me if I want to change the folder where my SQL Server files will be stored. I'm not gonna change it. I'm not gonna change it. It's in the C drive in a folder called SQL 2022. I could change it, but I don't need to change it, so it's okay for me. I will just click install. And in the dialog box, SQL Server Installation Center, I will click Installation and select the first choice, New SQL Server Standalone Installation or Add Features to an Existing Installation. I'm going to pick this one, click it. Okay, I have a new dialog box, and in this one, and specify a free edition. I don't have to specify it because I already did, right? I picked the developer edition, so I'm not going to change it. I would just click next, and you have to accept the license terms. Next. I'm not selecting use Microsoft Update to check for updates. It is recommended. If yours already comes checked, just uncheck it. You don't want to keep receiving notifications from Microsoft. It's just for practice. I'll just click next. And now you can see that I have a problem with the firewall. So my Windows firewall is preventing me from installing the whole thing. So I have to disable the firewall before I can continue the installation. So I'm going to click the Windows button and search for Windows Firewall, Windows Defender Firewall, Windows Defender Firewall. And turn Windows Defender Firewall on or off. I will turn everything off just until my installation is done. I will click OK. And then at the end, when installation is done, I will re-enable it. So let's go back to the installation and click rerun. Okay, all is right now. I am going to uncheck Azure extensions for SQL Server. I'm not doing anything in Azure. I'll just use the installation in my computer. It's just for practicing. So leave it unchecked and next. Now, these are features that I can use in SQL Server. I'm not worrying about that. I'll just select it all. So we are in good shape for working with anything we want. And I'll click next. Now it's asking me if I want a named instance. What is a named instance? Actually, an instance is an installation, a SQL Server installation. If you're a database administrator, you could be willing to have different versions, different installations in your server. It depends on your need, but again, we are just using it for simple practice, so we don't need none of this. I would just leave it as a default instance and click next. Next again, next. And now in authentication mode, I will select mixed mode because this gives me the chance to log into SQL Server both as a regular user or as a server administrator. If I'm a server administrator, I need a password for server administrator. So I will select a password. It can be too simple. So please add a password that is not very easy. Let me try again because I have caps lock enabled. And please pick one that I won't forget. And since I am going to be a regular user and the server administrator, I have to specify who is going to be the server administrator. So I would just click add current user because the administrator is going to be myself. And it's going to show me my computer's name. Of course, you can change. I have the default computer's name from the manufacturer, but you could change it. And we are not going to discuss this now. But okay, this is me, and I'm going to use this name, this computer name, to log into SQL Server. And next, again, add current user, and next, and next, next. And now I'm going to complete it, clicking install. This is going to take you a few minutes, so be patient. All right, there you go. The installation is complete. I'm just going to click close. And this initial dialog box, I'm going to close it too. And now we are done installing SQL Server. Now we have to install SQL Server Management Studio, which is the integrated environment from which we control SQL Server. It's basically the friendly, cool-looking software that allows us to give SQL Server instructions and type in our scripts, our codes. And if you use the same web page from which we downloaded SQL Server, way down below, you will find SQL Server Management Studio. You can Google it, download SQL Server Management Studio, but it's already here. So just click download now. And scrolling down, you will find download SSMS, SQL Server Management Studio 21, and click the link. Now I just downloaded installer and I'm going to run the installer. Same process as we did with SQL Server. And you will see that it says Visual Studio Installer. Visual Studio is another environment for coding from Microsoft. And basically, since the latest Management Studio version, the SSMS 21, since this latest version, it's the latest, of course, considering the date when I'm recording this video. So since the latest version, the SSMS environment has moved into Visual Studio. So Visual Studio was another tool from Microsoft, so they kind of merged both. And if you check out SSMS in earlier versions, you will see that it looks different. The visual is different. Now it is embedded in Visual Studio. It looks kind of cooler and a little more modern, but pretty much it does just the same as before. So never mind, it says Visual Studio, but you're actually installing SQL Server Management Studio. Just click continue. There you go. I'm not going to add any of these additional features. I'm just going to click install. I won't change anything here. And now Visual Studio and SSMS are going to be installed. There you go. Installation complete. And I could launch from here. I could launch the SQL Server Management Studio. I will skip and add accounts later. On this dialog box, you will click yes, And this is pretty much the new SQL Server Management Studio's face. But let's start it and let's initialize it in a different way. I will close out of it. I'll close out of it, and I will close this box. And you can't forget to re-enable your firewall. So again, I'll click Turn Windows Defender Firewall on or off, and I'm going to turn it back on. And okay, please don't forget to do it. And now from the Windows button, I'm going to search for SQ. It's not easy to find here, so I will select apps. Now this is what I'm looking for, SQL Server Management Studio. And right off the bat, I'm going to right click it and pin it to taskbar. So whenever I need it, it is right here. So I need it now. I'm going to click this shortcut, and SQL Server Management Studio is going to initialize. And now to log in, what I need to do, I need the server name, which is going to be basically my computer's name. In this case, this is my computer name. If you don't know your computer name, you will click the window icon and then search for name, view your PC name, and there you go. This is your PC name, okay? And it happens to be the same one that is grayed out right here down below. It's gonna be desktop. And please click Trust Server Certificate and connect. Okay, now you can see this is the Object Explorer. So you will see all of your objects in this panel on the left-hand side. And among these objects, you can find your databases, but you haven't actually uploaded any or restored any database in SSMS. So we have to download a database and bring it in. And we are going to do it right now. We are going to search for Contoso Retail DW database. And it's a practice database by Microsoft. Just click the first link listed, and okay, you have to select the Contoso BI demo BAK. This is the option you want. Select this one, and it's kind of a big file, and just click download. There you go. The file was downloaded, and now I need to go to my download folder. This is my download folder, and you can see that this is a compressed file, and I need to unzip it. So I have WinRAR in my computer, and this is what I'm going to use. I'm going to right-click on the database file, and I'm going to extract it with WinRAR extract here. Okay, and now after the extraction, you will find two files. One of them is an Excel file with the data dictionary. We won't work on this at this point. Now we need this file right here, Contoso Retail DW.bak. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove this file from here and paste it in a dedicated folder that I'm going to create only to store the databases I'm going to use. So I will press Control X, and in my computer in the C drive, I have a file that I have a folder that I created previously. And if you don't have it, you can create it. For example, I will delete the one I have. And if you don't know how to create a new folder, you would just click New and Folder, and I'm going to call it Practice Databases. And I will paste it in this new folder, and I already know where it is. Now I have to restore, which means I have to sort of upload it to SQL Server Management Studio. Let me go back to, I will close out of the browser. I don't need it anymore. And now I will, in databases, I will right click and select Restore Database. Now I need a database that is in my device. It's in my computer. So I'm going to click the three dots to search for it in my computer, and I will click Add. And now in my C drive, I have a folder that I just created. This is the practice databases folder, and there you go. This is the file I just saved in this folder, and I will click OK and OK and OK. Database Contoso Retail DW restored successfully, and now I have access to the database. It is right here, Contoso Retail DW, and now I can start running my queries to retrieve data from this database. And if I click the plus button, I can see in tables, I will expand this tables folder, and now I can see all the tables that I have in this database. And let's just simulate retrieving data from one of them. I will start a new query, clicking new query. Okay, there you go. And now let's see what is in the DPO DIM employee table. So I will select the top 50 rows in all columns from the table DPO DIM employees. And I will click execute. And there you go. Now I can see all the information in this specific table. And from now on, I can start selecting or the rows or the columns or anything I want from any of these tables. It's not in the scope of this class to discuss the SQL language. I just wanted to show you how to install these databases and to start running your queries. And of course, the queries you run here in Management Studio are the same you can run in Power Query to import data that you are going to use and pass on to Power BI so you can start creating your dashboards directly from data imported from a database. And looking forward, we are going to use Management Studio along with Power Query to import the data that we need to start creating Power BI dashboards. And I hope you liked this video. If you did, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share this content with your friends, leave your questions below. If you want me to record videos on SQL, the SQL language, and teach you how to actually retrieve data from a database using the SQL language, please let me know in the comments and we can post new videos helping you build up this new skill. And see you in the next lesson.